when somebody tells you you can't, they're wrong. There's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing as try either. You can or you can't, and there's no can't. I can, I did, and I'm here. So, and I have 2 Emmys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Denisa Tova, host of Beyond Your Bar podcast. And wow, my guest today is Patrika Darbo. She's a primetime Emmy winner, 40-year Hollywood veteran, and one of the most honest people in the room. And we're going to get there. You know her as Nancy Wesley on Days of Our Lives. You may also know her from In the Line of Fire, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, The Bold and Beautiful, Roseanne and Tom behind the scenes. And about 40 other things. Plus, she's a board member of the Thalians, a supporter of All Roads Theater Company, and a fierce advocate for full-figured women in an industry that has not always made room for them. Oh my gosh. Patrika, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Oh my gosh. We obviously never met before. And, with some people, you just know when you can just sort of slide under that surface and immediately just energetically connect. And, the minute you showed up on the screen, I'm like, this is my kind of person. So, you have been called feisty and fearless. Which one gets you into more trouble?
Probably the feisty one, but also the other. Um, as I said, kind of when we first started talking before we allowed the audience in for our private moments, but we talked about the fact that I'm what you see is what you get. I don't tolerate fools, and that's who I am. So, and we hit it right off. So I'm very excited to be here.
Oh my goodness, we sure did. What were you like as a little girl?
Oh God. Well, my mother called me Sarah Bernhardt when I popped out of the womb, and it was sort of like that. I was the dramatic one. Uh, my nickname as a kid was Queenie, so it was kind of like I didn't get back to Pat until I was like in first grade because they didn't accept Queenie. Anyway, um, I did a lot of theater, backyard stuff with the other kids in the neighborhood and in school and all kinds of things like that because I was going to be Sarah Bernhardt, though I wasn't going to lose a limb. I decided that wasn't going to happen. So
Just like
crazy.
that.
Just like that. I'm not losing a limb. Um, I did all kinds of school things, our high school plays, your college, and went to Georgia Southern in Statesboro, Georgia, and then I came to California. But I have to say, in 1968, I went out to California to visit my aunt, and my dad, who was in PR for the Atlanta Braves, had me meet a big wig at 20th Century Fox, and he arranged for me to have an audition with Eddie Foy III. So I go to 20th Century Fox, 1968, and at that point I probably weighed 220. My talent wasn't in the outside, my talent came from the inside. I had a great audition with him. He told me I was wonderful and could do a lot of things, but at my weight, I wasn't going to be able to do anything. So I said, thank you very much. And then I went on to Disneyland and had a great time visiting my aunt. And then I went home and I was like, F him. So, I'm going to do what I want to do. And 2 years later, I moved to California. I'm a lousy waitress. So I had been a credit investigator in Atlanta. So
Wow.
I came out and became a step up of credit investigator, more so different things investigating people. Anyway. So I kept that job, but I acted part-time. I I started doing a lot of background, which was also known, there's background, and then there's also another category that came up that was special business, to which I'm still getting paid for. The check may be a cent, the check may be zero. It costs more to process the check. I don't understand the government for allowing that, but or my union, but that's another story. I won't get bitter about it, but I am very bitter. So anyway, and so I held down a full-time job for a long time and worked my way up to being a credit manager and in charge of a lot of things. In 1984, am I running on here? Because suddenly I feel like I'm not allowing you to punch in here or talk to me.
No, 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 go for it.
Okay.
No, this
Well,
is really
anyway,
interesting.
I never took vacation from any job I worked for. I would turn
Mm,
in vacation time if I got a 2 day or a 1 day or whatever. So I continued being credit manager until in 1944 I had been out with appendicitis. I
mm,
worked from home with appendicitis, laying in the bed, talking on the phone, pay your bill. I don't care. The turtle died. Get another check to me immediately. That kind of stuff. When I went back, there was a new person in charge, which was like equivalent to me, but above me at the same time. And he made a big presentation to every manager, and I kind of raised my hand and said, I know you're new here, and we're just meeting in this meeting because it's my first day back, but I need to tell you that you the receivables are too inflated. You are not issuing the credits. This is incorrect messages you're giving to the bank, and
mm.
this can't happen. We really need to do something, or we're going to be bankrupt in less than 6 months.
Wow.
Okay, so meeting over. Then he comes into my office and says, "Excuse me, you are a woman, no more than a goat. Don't you ever contradict me again." So I went into the president's office as he left, and I said, "You have 2 weeks' notice or 20 minutes because I will not work with him." And bye is what I said to him as I left the room. He came to me and said, "You can have 20 minutes because he said he can't work with you." He was bankrupt in 3 months.
Wow.
That was at the point where my career in acting went like this, and I haven't looked back. But I was what, close to 40 at that time when I started
Mm,
working professionally, um, full time. So when somebody tells you you can't, they're wrong. There's no such
absolutely.
thing.
No.
There's no such thing as try either. You can or you can't, and there's no can't. I can, I did, and I'm here. So, and I have 2 Emmys. I have 2 Emmys. My peers voted for another one, but because the Academy in New York made a mistake, they took my Emmy away. But I still say I have 2 Emmys. I have pictures of them before they took it away.
Who cares, right?
That's
You
right. It's
know.
like,
Yeah.
you. So, no, wrong, wrong.
You talked about, the full-figured women in Hollywood. What, how is that today? Like from like where have you seen real change and where is there still work to do?
Well, I think Melissa McCarthy opened so many doors and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And, there's always sometimes when we get in those maudlin moves that we go, I was born too soon. But
Mm,
it hasn't affected my career. Um, Whether I go up or down with my weight, whatever is happening right there, I'm still a working actor. I'm a little old and probably thinking about going silver, but right now I love my red hair. So, and as long as Clairol keeps making it, I'm going to work. So, um, and I think that's the other stereotype is when we get older, we get put in another basket also.
yeah.
It's like if you turn anywhere between 60 and 80, you need to have silver hair, you need to have wrinkles. It's the old stereotype. It's like old Mother Hubbard going to the cupboard. That's not happening anymore. I mean, we have models with their silver hair that are still
Yeah.
famous. Vogue people. It's amazing to me. But it seems to me even when I was 20, and even though I'm now, and I don't mind saying, I'm 78 years old.
Wow.
Okay. So when I
Incredible.
tell you that it's the kind of same thing anymore, it's like whoever the advertising agents are. And let me just also say this. This is my bitter part where I may say something evil. But are you really going to buy a Christmas tree or a phone because a Hollywood Academy Award winner is doing the commercial? Do you really think that that they're going to influence you?
Yeah.
These people that make multi-million dollars are now taking money away from rank and file to do a commercial for not what I get paid, for beaucoup bucks. And do they really think that general American people or international people care that much about who's selling them a phone? No, they look for what's fun in it, who the person is in it. I mean, I got my SAG card doing Hershey's Hefty hamburgers. I'm sitting on a bench, and this little nebbishy guy comes by with his hamburger, and he sits down next to me. The bitch chips, I slide down to him, the pigeon slides down to him, and that was the commercial. It's, I mean, it's crazy stuff like that. I mean, I squished a grandchild, and he shot out of my arms because that particular bug spray was a little too greasy. So let's try off. It's wonderful. And let me just tell you, off, I love off. I went and did Speed 2, the boat thing in the Caribbean. The mosquitoes are big as your hand. And I was the one that brought bug spray from my room and off from my body. I didn't go anywhere like this. And people would come along and they would like go, Patrika, spray me like this to take my office. I mean, I've had a wonderful time and different memories through things, but I just think that advertisers need to step up to the fact that,
Mm.
not all 70 to 80-year-olds are, look at Betty White. Come on,
Uh,
really? You can you put her in one of those? No, not happening. There are people that need to realize I am me. I am who I am.
yes.
You are who
Yes.
you are. Do
Yeah.
not let these people dictate what you have to do all the time. And I probably just killed my career because never advertiser will never hire me again. So,
No, no, no,
but
no,
that's
no. This
okay
is
too.
now, you know what? I love this. You're a truth teller. It's on your mind, and so I love it. Talk about it. I think that's wonderful, and it's
Well,
rare. And there are many people who probably think the way you do, afraid to say it out loud. But you have been in so many different roles. You what now I have to ask, I mean, this is silly, yeah, but John Malkovich, when he snapped your neck in the line of fire, what was that? What was that?
my mother went to the movie and called me immediately. It frightened her so much.
Oh my
Um,
God.
it was, but I have to tell you that John Malkovich was so wonderful.
Yeah.
He made sure that we all knew that it was going to be one, two, three, not one, two, and three, but one, two, three, so that nobody could get hurt or anything like that. And also, kudos to John. I was doing a stage play at the time called Club Indigo. It was a 1920s kind of thing. Anyway, one of the young girls was a major at UCLA, and she came up to me she went, "If I don't get to meet John Malkovich, I'll kill you." Like this. And I said, "Well, I don't know if I can do that, but I got permission to bring her on as my guest." And I
Wow.
introduced her to John, and I said, "John, she's a theater major here, and she thought maybe if you had a brief moment, you could speak to her." He spent over an hour talking theater with her and giving her points
Wow.
and stuff like that. And then when it was time for him to go in, I'd like a close up. He was like, highlight, then you need to do this. And all of a sudden he went and turned into the guy in the other room. So, I mean,
That's great.
he was amazing and grateful. And even though I didn't work with Clint, he liked our scene in
Mm.
the bank and in the line of fire. And if you haven't seen it, it's wonderful
I
work.
have.
Wolfgang Peterson. Anyway, um, he hired me to be in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So
Really?
yes,
Oh my
yes,
gosh, you worked with so many wonderful people. What
yes.
what kind of role still brings you alive?
You know, it. I'm as I said, I'm a working actor, so I will not do any role that it does not have. In other words, I'm not going to do a fat joke.
Hmm.
I'm not just because it's gratuitous and it's like women have to show their boobies.
Yeah.
Men are not showing anything, maybe a
No.
fanny nowadays, but we always have to be topless. You know, it's crap. So
Yeah.
I won't do those just as a gratuitous. Like you're a writer, come up with something new. I mean, really. But
Yes.
stop doing the gratuitous stuff. But I will do a role. that's heavy, or there's somebody being made fun of, i.e., I did Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will? I did it on stage for 2 years at a theater, which is now the Greyhound bus stop on Cahuenga in LA. And then we went to Edinburgh and performed it.
Mm.
And but it was about the wife that's berated all the time and about her weight. She walks in the door, and my first line is, "I've lost weight," and the one of the meaner characters, played by Beverly D'Angelo, who is fabulous and wonderful girl. Oh, she's terrific. Anyway, listen to me. I've got motor mouth, and I didn't have much coffee. Well, anyway, she said, "Well, look behind you, and you'll find it." But I end up leaving and running off with her date.
Oh
So,
no.
so that was it was that kind of thing. Like he adored every inch of me, her hippie friend, and off we went, So, um, those kind of things. And it's also like, uh, I was asked by Fran Bascom, who was a casting director, may she rest in peace. She asked me at a party, if I would, ever do a soap. And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, I've done a couple of them. Sure, I'd love to. And work is work. I'll do it." Now, in my mind, I'm coming in to say, "Here's your beer and here's some peanuts." Or, "Is that martini dry or wet? You want to twist or olive?" That's what I'm thinking, because I was in old messages. So
Mm.
I go on and they give me Kevin Spiritus, gorgeous young man, the kind that people are clawing, just, ooh. And that's my husband. And I was like, oh my God, I told the makeup lady my first day, I went, "Nina," I said, "I think they've made a mistake. I think they've made a mistake." Because I'm in old messages for myself. And I said, "They're going to call me upstairs in a minute and I'm out of here." And all of a sudden, over the intercom calls, "Patrika Darbo, please report to the producers upstairs." And I
Oh my
just
God.
went, "Told ya, I told ya." She dropped the makeup. Anyway, off I went, and they just said to me, "Welcome to the family." So off and on, I
Wow.
was on that show for over 20 years. So, and if they ever ask, I'd probably go back. But at this point, I've done so many other things, it doesn't matter. But I went on to do, Bold and the Beautiful, which I frankly think they should have Shirley back, though Sally left somewhere else down the road in another show, but they should have Shirley back to cause chaos. But anyway, that's my story. But I am doing Young and the Restless, the third week of August, because my granddaughter on the show, Sally Spector, is getting married. So I'm very excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
it is true. Like when a door closes, another door opens, or a window, I think the cliche is. But um, you just have to know that's your dream. And if you have that dream, never, I'm going to look directly and where the camera, never, ever let anybody tell you you can't have your dream. Ever,
Mm.
ever. And
Yeah.
that's Eddie Ford the third. Thank you very much. I didn't lose weight, and I have 2 Emmys. Okay, I'm done.
And you've been waiting for this moment to say that, and I love that. Yes, no, it's and especially younger generation, and there's so much pressure. I've interviewed up and coming artists, recording artists, and those trying to become aspiring actors, and they're always wondering, do I stay, am I myself, or do I need to take on a different persona, so that I'm sort of um I'm sellable, if you will, right? There's always like the dilemma is, how much of myself can I reveal? And it's sad. It is so sad.
As I say, I walk in the door and I walk out the door, and me, done. Like
Yes.
this. But at the same time, as a performer, that even though Patrika walks in the door, the minute she starts doing a script, she's who that person is.
Mm, right.
That's the blessing. I think for me, one of the things that really upsets me in life, is the fact that, money is the root of all evil, or the love of money is the root of all evil, is the correct thing. In schools, the arts departments, the music departments, the drama departments all get this much, but the
Yeah.
football team gets this much. It's like, they've already proven that people who deal with music are smarter in math and all these kind of things, but anybody in the arts. And I will tell you, in high school, it's not an easy time. It's not an easy time then. It's not an easy time now. There are bullies, which need to be slapped upside the head.
Oh, yeah.
But I learned to make people laugh with me and not at me.
Mm.
So I had friends who were jocks and everything else and stuff like that. But if I hadn't had the theater department to go to, I don't know, I would have probably been lost, because that was a camaraderie of groups of people who were bullied. It's kind of like the old Glee, which I heard they may be bringing back. It's that kind of thing. There's a place for everyone. And when you're in your right place, the doors opens. Just, you know, the room may be closed, but there's so many doors in your heart and your body and your mind that open up for you. So let's support those arts if we can right this moment. That's about ArtCo. I thought that I'm helping right this moment, working with right this moment. But I just, anyway, I don't know. It's like,
What would be like your lifetime role if you were to play somebody? Who would that be? Who do you admire? Who would you like to play?
oh, I'm really not sure. I mean, I think um, it's playing Roseanne was like this, very fun, because it was good to be the queen, and she was nice to me where she was not nice to the other actress. Um, who played it on Fox, myself on NBC, with Stephen Lee, who passed away. Uh, that was a good thing to do. That role was a terrific thing to do like this. And Roseanne only said to me at one point, we were in an elevator coming. I was coming from one floor. She was coming. Anyway, we're on the elevator together, and she said to me, "I like what you did, but you cried too much." And I said, "Well, I said, that was my direction at this point, and part of my heart felt that you needed to cry sometimes. There was so many things going on. Anyway, so I was holding her grandchild at some event like that, and she's going, "Why are you holding my grandchild?" This somebody gave it to me. Maybe they thought I was you. I don't know. Anyway, so I've had some great things in life. I'm right now working with two gentlemen on a story that I created, and we're doing that together. So hopefully we'll get that into fruition soon. Um, it's about women over 50. So,
Ooh.
it's time, it's time, and that we're not dead and we're still able, but we have a good time. So I'm trying to keep as busy as I can and help as much as I can. And we spoke earlier about the military, and I don't want to hurt your heartstrings. I also work with the Thalines, which you heard. We work with UCLA Operation Mend, and sometimes your heart starts to take over your brain. We work to take care of our returning vets with PTSD. Some come back terribly burned and they think their life is over. And Operation Men works to help them deal with their PTSD, to deal with the fact that you're still the same human being. You're still the wonderful guy or woman you used to be. Your face has just changed, and we're going to help that. And so that's a great charity I like to talk about and stuff like that. I'm very much veterans, pets, and kids. So if you
Oh
mess
my
with
God.
those three, you can be taking on me.
Oh,
And I know karate, so it's
you are my kind of person. I love this. I wish that was the story of Elias, my son, who I shared with you, passed away. He served in the U.S. Navy for many years and came back, dealt with PTSD, and self-medicated and tried to make it in a normal world, and was just trying to navigate life. And he felt the closest when he was out on the streets with other vets. And so I am so grateful. I am so grateful that for the work that you do. It was tough to find good resources, and the hoops to jump through. And then the other thing is too, and I work with many military families also. Um, and what I've heard is, they have a hard times asking for help. They're afraid to lose their security clearance. It's not the right thing to do, and it's a sign of weakness. And I met a wonderful mental health professional in Colorado Springs, and he specialized working with men who suffered from PTSD, and he had this very, very kitsching newsletter. What was it called? The brass, what is it? Oh my gosh, I think it was brass balls and a golden heart or something like that, to just normalizing this. And men they wear their emotions not necessarily on their sleeves. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful you're talking about it. This is a good stuff.
Well,
And
I find it despicable that in a country that I grew up in is allowing veterans to be on the street, whether they be men or women, and
yeah,
not take care of them properly.
yeah.
They they went in, some of them, I lived where they went through the draft.
Hmm.
They didn't have a choice,
Mm,
and we're not taking care of them, those veterans.
yeah,
And it's despicable. And we as citizens of this
agreed.
country should say thank you and make sure they have care. Make sure they have care. I mean, they don't get anything. Listen, I've worked a number of jobs. Do you think any one of those jobs pays me my same salary for the rest of my life? Or that I get medical care the rest of my life from one job? But if you're in the Senate or you're in the House or you're the president, you get your salary for the rest of your life. Meanwhile, oh my God, I'm on that soapbox. The veterans suffer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
despicable. That's
yeah.
okay. I'm going to calm down now.
And you know what? No, no, no. This is I really appreciate it. You're doing something, and it takes few people doing a lot of different things, so it's everybody, or many people just voice that express
You
themselves
got a
doing
voice,
small
use it
things.
and use it
You have to use
positively.
it.
If you
Yeah.
don't have to condemn what
Right.
the hell everything else is going on there, but take care of our vets. Take
Yeah.
care of who kept us safe and are still keeping
Yeah.
us safe with no choice because somebody decides to declare war.
Yeah.
No, no, stop,
Agreed. Yeah.
stop,
Agreed.
stop.
Well, well, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. And I've, at the same token, met wonderful people like it yourself who do volunteer, and they do more than send money in. They really they do. They
Well, we try to, and just
bring it
like
down.
Wounded Warriors and Tunnels to Towers and things like this. It's like all of us need money all the time, and we shouldn't need money. The government should be paying our citizens, our young men and women who gave up part of their lives to
Yeah,
take care of us.
I know.
I,
Very, very true. Very true. And it is, and then thank you for bringing it up. I, wanted to
sorry.
ask you about this, and why that was important. And I loved what you said also, pets. You know, I never had a dog until several years ago, and it's like a life transforming. The
Truth.
oh my gosh.
They become your children. Mine is right here by the door. It's good. What are you doing, baby? Come over. Come over here and say hey.
I'll
Come
bring
on.
him over.
Here.
Oh,
You go. Come on. Up you go. Come on. There you go. Come over
oh
and say
my
hello to
gosh.
everybody. Say hello.
Look at that.
Look at that
Hi,
face. Look at that
look
face.
at that face. What's
This is
happening?
what
What's
is it?
going
What's up?
on?
What is
Look
it?
at,
Who is that person talking to you? Okay.
oh, look at those eyes. Oh my gosh, cutie pie.
Little Dusty. That's her Dusty. Dusty,
Dusty.
Dusty. She's a
Oh,
Chihuahua Terrier. Oh, God.
what a combo.
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Stubborn, and there's something that happened 2 miles away, and she barks at it. So it's great.
Oh,
And
she thinks she's
she's my
bad.
fourth rescue. So, yeah. So,
Oh.
yeah.
And then you give your time to All Roads Theater Company, right?
I've just recently got involved with them within the last year. I have a big fundraiser coming up with them sometime this next week. But if you can go to All Rose Theater and look it up and donate if you can. This is a safe place for kids. There are kids in there that are gay, trans, straight, that don't have an opportunity in school.
Hmm.
So a lot of kids are on scholarship. Some are fluent enough to pay, and they do these wonderful, wonderful shows. They just did a Julie Stein big review and musical and stuff like that. And one of the kids who was one of the older kids in the thing got to be in there. He held his own with all these Broadway stars because he had been trained at this thing and is still being trained there. So it's just a wonderful, safe place because not every kid is a jock. Not
No.
every kid is a jock. So,
Mm.
embrace that and take care of the arts too. So anyway, I'm trying.
No, no. It's making me pause.
Okay.
And,
I just have one. Back to my pets. I just want to interrupt you for a minute. In your will or in your trust, leave money and a person to take care of whatever pet you have at the time, so that if you suddenly die, that dog doesn't go to the shelter.
mm,
Somebody will take care of him in the custom that he's been taken care of.
great
When
idea.
I go, if my husband goes before me and I'm here, both of us, someone will live in my house until this dog passes. And then the trust will take over from there. But she will never, ever see a pound again. Never, never. So take care of your pets that way. Leave someone in charge and pay them to make sure that dog stays the way they want to. Don't let it go to the shelter after 10 or 15 years with you. Anyway, okay, I'm over that modeling thing, but that needs to be said too.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. It's so true. Talking about stuff, and to hear you have a being, basically, that's not an asset. You don't forget about that. And
Yes, and I
yeah,
think a lot of people do, and it's very sad to read on pet reviews and things that I get that, please help, this dog's family passed away. Um, and now we have no choice but either to find a foster that will take care of it, or we have to take it to the pound. It's so horrific. And I would have probably 15 dogs, except she's bossy and doesn't, she says she's here. She done, if any, even my husband, she wouldn't let him back in the bed when we first got married. He got, when I first got her, and I'm married, I've been
oh,
married 54 years. So anyway, he would go to the bathroom and try to get back in the bed, and she was on, and snapped. I mean, she was taking skin. Yes, that's who we're talking about. So, she won't, she can't tolerate another animal in the house. She sleeps right on my crotch at night, or right breast against my leg. She will wake me up like this. I have to lift the covers so she'll go in. And I
oh
go
my
like this, who's training who here?
God.
It's crazy.
54 years. What's your secret to
Um, Marry your best
marriage?
friend.
Oh,
Uh,
love it.
that's the best thing. Be friends first. Be best friends first. Um, my husband has Alzheimer's now,
I'm
so
sorry.
that's another project I'm dealing with. It is tough to be the caretaker, but if I could say anything that's been said to me 100 times is you also have to take care of you, because if something
Yes.
happens to you, then what happens to him or her? So it's a learning thing, and I've seen it progress a little bit, more than I'd like to have it do it. I think I will end up crying again to say that my biggest fear is that he wakes up one morning and doesn't know who I am. So um, take it. Today is today. Tomorrow never comes. It's always today. So love that person. Be kind. I think that's one thing I wanted to say earlier, is it doesn't cost you anything to be kind, especially for actors. When you go into a room, if you ever get in there again, because now we do everything on tape, um, be sure you are kind, because the person who's at the front desk may be the boss tomorrow. It doesn't cost anything. And they remember people who are rude.
Mm,
So like, and anyway, and also actors, don't go to a bar and whine. Get your ass in a class and start reading as much theater as you can, or
yes.
much everything. But don't, again, don't sit at a bar and whine. Get your ass in a class. Instead of buying the martini, pay for the class and work with people. Get better at what you do. So, anyway, I'm like just full of things. God.
You know what? You are fierce and feisty and honest and authentic, and you say, I mean, every single thing. And I'm not trying to crawling up your butt. That's not it is
Wait,
it
wait, looking for
resonates.
smoke. Okay.
No, it resonates so deeply. Even what you said about being friends first, and look, you don't complete each other, you're already complete. And I love what you said about taking care of you so you can take care of your partner, your spouse, your husband. And it's you are living it. There need to be more people like you, and not this pussyfooting around important things. You have something to say, constructive. Gosh dang it, just freaking say it and stand by it. I really
Yeah.
admire it. Now you get me all charged up here. So, uh, but
Women, yeah.
yes. That is no, you know what, I'm curious after so many years now, what is it that you're still trying to protect, would you say now?
Well, I'm always on protection for my family and my friends. I try to protect myself. I'm not going to deal with somebody who's a bully or tries to shame people. You may not be shaming me, but if you're shaming the person next to me for no reason, I'm on you. I'll talk to you about it. And I think there's a saying going on around now, if you see something, say something. Don't allow
Yes.
bullying to go on. And when you see people taking over streets or this is happening, speak up. Speak
Yeah.
up. So um, there was an interesting thing that just was on YouTube or TikTok or Yahoo. I don't know what the hell it was on because I'm dinosaur with this stuff, but was basically showing somebody from ICE was knocking on a door and the entire neighborhood came to the front porch and said, "Have you got paperwork? Do you have this? Let me see this. Where's your paperwork? He's a citizen. He's lived here for 15 years. I go to his store. He pays his taxes. Let's see your paperwork." The entire neighborhood got together. Stand up. Because remember what happened in Germany. When they
Mm,
come for you,
mm.
nobody's left. You're all
Well,
by yourself.
you know what? I was born and raised in Prague, and I went through the Velvet Revolution when we got rid of the communism, and we being droves of younger generation that just got tired. November 17th, it's a sort of an event that we would commemorate a passing of someone who stood up against the communism many, many years ago. So every year, basically, you were allowed to walk certain paths to do that, but then you'd have to disperse. Well, guess what? That year, nobody dispersed and said, no, we're going to stay. And we stayed for weeks until after 40 years of communism, they were gone. And that's when, new regime began. So yeah, just then, whatever it is, just get fired up about it. That's the worst feeling. It's just kind of
Yeah.
holding it in, complaining. But yeah,
Don't look away. Don't look away.
right.
Stand up. Stand
Yeah.
up. And we're losing more and more rights, but at the same time, you still got to stand up. You still have to stand up for this. This is America.
Hmm.
I grew up where we pledged allegiance every morning in school. We didn't need prayer. We prayed to our flag, our democracy, and our freedom. So remember that for anyone over the age of 50 and all you young people, don't let people take democracy. Don't let them take what you have away. So anyway,
Wow. You
don't
know what?
push.
I say it sometimes, and I truly mean this, is I'd love to have you back to continue. This has been transforming for me. This has been inspirational, and I am so grateful and thankful to have you
And
on this
having you tell the
podcast.
story about Prague only made that other part rise up out of me. So remember, people, we're all the same. We all have things happening to us, but it's how we handle them.
Yes.
Step up, be kind, hug your neighbor, support your neighbor. Arms linked like this, they can't take apart. God bless you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And to our viewers and listeners, you'll find out more about the Thalians All Roads Theater Company in a description below. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Beyond Your Bar podcast. And until next time, stay curious and stay inspired.